Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Oops. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson at It Had to Happen TV. I want to go ahead and bring in my partner really quick before I give y'all this awesome introduction. So, without further ado, let me bring in my partner, the Shawana McCloud. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us again.
Yes. Are you ready for this topic on tonight? He
I'm
speaks,
ready.
she heals.
Yes, I am super excited.
Men
Hmm.
healing, right?
Yes,
And hard
yes,
conversations. So I hope each and every one of you that's listening on tonight, I hope you have your pen and your papers ready to take notes because I'm sure our special guest is going to drop some jewels for you all on tonight. So without
yes,
further ado, guys, let me tell you something. Tonight, guys, our conversation may be a little uncomfortable, right?
right.
However, but healing is often where we want to take you. And this is
Yes,
where comfort ends, okay? So,
yes,
for generations, men have been told to be strong, stay silent, push through pain, and never let anyone see them bleed emotionally.
My God.
But what happens when the pressure becomes too heavy to
Mm-hmm.
carry alone? What
Yes,
happens when a man finally speaks? Hmm.
yes,
And what responsibility do we have as a community to listen without
yes,
judgment? So, guys, welcome to He Speaks, She Heals Part 2, Men
yes.
Healing and Hard Conversations. Ooh, are you ready to bring our special guest in?
I am ready to bring our guest in tonight. We want to introduce you tonight to Mr. Will Baker, the man who gives all the truth, holds no punches, and
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all doing all right
hey,
today?
Oh man, this is gonna be good tonight. I hope y'all
yes,
have y'all pen and y'all papers ready because I just really feel it's gonna be somebody is about to get free on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Somebody is about
somebody,
oh, why did it take you? Somebody is about to get free on tonight. And I just want
absolutely,
you guys to really prepare because
yes,
this is like none other, right? This show we know that we're on part 3. We don't this is
yes.
our third episode, not part 3, but third episode.
Third episode,
Our second part with Mr. Will Baker. So what
yes,
we're gonna do, we're missing one of our guests. I'm guessing he'll come in soon or later,
yes,
but I'm sure Will, you'll hold it down, won't you?
you know, you
absolutely.
know,
Let's say the
you
best
know
for
what,
last.
I do what I do, and I do what I do.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So coming from last show, I'm not sure where we stopped off, and I should have done my homework, but I really didn't. Being though I told you everything I have going on. But Will, you
Yes.
did one of the things I did remember is you talking about the way stress affects the body, and you start talking about our
Yes.
organs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could
Yes.
just touch a tad bit on that before I hand the floor over to my sis.
Yes.
So when it comes to the emotional piece, so something that I like to understand, I like to get people to understand is how you like when it comes to weight loss, is
Yes.
how you gain the weight is the same way you have to lose it. So it's like a screw. You know what I'm saying? You can only turn it in one direction, but you have to use the same type of driver to unscrew it, to unloosen it, to
Yes.
fix it again. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times where I was almost 300 pounds and I got to 169, what happened was I had to do a lot of internal work. I had to do a lot of forgiving. I had to do a lot of crying, which also in turn also holds with water. Water holds emotion. When you re when you when you re when you recycle all of that stuff out, it allows you to be able to cut the weight because the weight came on in an emotional state. You
Yes.
have to release it in an emotional state. Thus, the
Yes.
organs and things like that as well hold different emotions. Where the kidneys are crying, and I believe the liver is anger. So
Yes.
things like, all right, what's going on? Why are you so angry? All right, how's your liver? We might need to go ahead and start really focusing on that liver and figuring out how we can, heal it. So
This
you
is
don't be angry all the way. So the organs or the body is a self-healing tool. You don't really
yes, it
need to
is.
go out and do too much extra because I'm on the holistic side.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, I don't believe in I ain't saying medicine does not work, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is
Yes.
let's try the natural way first before we do anything else man-made.
Yes.
Mhm. That's
All
good.
right.
That is real good.
Yes,
But
it
man,
is.
he said the liver is anger.
The liver, yes, holds a lot of
Kidney,
toxins.
liver and kidney sad,
Yes.
crying,
Mm-hmm.
you boo-hooing. It's like, man, what's wrong? Man, go drink some water.
Go drink
Go drink some water. You need some water.
Right. Go get some.
Look, she getting her water.
Yeah, let's detox. I'll take a sip on that.
Oh my good. Okay, so we about to dive a little deep tonight. We're really about to dive a little deep. I was just trying to blow over some time before our next guests come in. However, we have to go ahead because I want the people to get free on tonight. Because we find it far too often
Yes. Yes.
where our men they're not really being catered to like they should. We talked about too
Yes.
on last show how I guess when coming home, like you men deal with a whole lot, right? And you said once you hit
They do.
18, it's
They
like
do.
who cares? And caring
Mm,
and loving is two different things. Can
two
you
different
tell
Well,
me
things.
why?
I don't know. I tried the dating scene for a little bit and I rekindled a relationship. And one thing that I stopped talking to her, not because of what happened on why we broke up or whatever, because it was some things that was it's some personal things on her side that she was dealing with that she had to. But when we rekindled, the care wasn't there. And
Wow.
I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. I liked you because you did care. I didn't realize how important care was until
Mm-hmm.
it was a missing equation out of the whole piece. I said, care is important. I need you to care
It
about
is.
me. Like if you act, if you like simple things, if you find out that I'm hungry, of course I'm hungry. Majority of the time
Yes.
I'm hungry. And you
Mhm.
say, oh, did you eat? And I'm about to go to the gym. I don't want to hear, oh, well, no, oh, well, what do you like to eat? What here? I got feed me. Show me you care about my health and well-being that I don't have to go into the world hungry so I can fight at full strength.
Right.
Things like that. It's the simple thing. Men are very simple.
Yeah.
I'll be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We are, because a lot of, if you were raised how I was raised very
Mm-hmm.
self-sufficient. My mom made sure I was kicked out when I was 15 years old. So I've been on my own since I was 15.
Wow.
So I've learned how to be self-sufficient where I don't really necessarily need a woman for too much. So if I have you
Mhm.
around, it's because I really like you. It's not because I need you.
Right.
Wait,
So
wait,
Right.
hold on, hold on,
You
hold
know I'm
on.
low. You know my barrel loading for Will, right? Yep, my barrel loading for you, Will. Mm-hmm.
come
Fire.
on. I'm ready. Hey, I'm like Neo. I can do the Matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, do the matrix. You gonna catch every one of these.
Will said, what? Hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta give him a gong on this one.
Right.
Will said,
I must absolutely agree.
he said he don't need a woman. So if I have you around, that means I really care. So here's the thing.
Okay.
What happens if that woman, maybe her love language is different from yours?
Very
So
different.
her caring, or loving may be a little different from yours. And if you guys didn't
Mhm.
discuss that, then how would you
Well,
know?
in this similar situation, it was coming off of prior experiences of dealing with this person. And of course the dynamic is going to change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your character and who you are if that's not the same as when I met you, because certain characteristics about a person doesn't change. Like me, I care. If I'm dealing with you, guess what? Your trash is getting taken out, whatever trash day it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to make sure that that happens. I'm going to make sure that you're fed. I'm going to make sure that your basic needs are met because that's who I am and I care. I don't care if I'm mad. I don't care if I'm upset. It's going to get done. That's my character. If I met you and you show me who you are, because one thing I learned, because they asked me, like, Will, do you trust people? I said, no. I don't trust anybody.
Yes,
But I
right.
trust you to be who you say and show me who you are. I trust that.
Yes.
And if you show me that you care, you show me that these things that just like, okay, you show me that you can be the good woman that you know that you want to be so you can get the ring. And when we rekindle, that's not there. I'm like, oh, you was either playing games or what are we doing? So I
Well,
understand love languages and stuff because I ask questions. I'm like, hey, I'm going to school for law. So
okay.
I'm very good at
Okay.
asking certain questions so I can understand what's going on before I get into a field. So
So you say, hold on now. Past experience, right? First of all,
Uh-huh.
we all know that anytime that you're rekindling, you're going to expect
Mm-hmm.
what you got before. That's just like in any ship that you in. The same way you got the person is the same thing you have to do to keep the person.
mhm.
Yes.
However, we grow.
However,
I know I grow on a daily basis. So
yes.
True.
things I know that I'm not even the same that I was on last week or yesterday because I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly growing. So my thing is that incident, I don't know what it is, and you don't have to speak about it, but that incident could have changed something in her. So when she's a little,
Mm-hmm.
little skeptical of showing you her all, because you
Yes.
just sat there and said like, I don't need a woman, and I don't know if you saying this to her because that's not something
Nah,
you want
so
to hear.
I don't necessarily say I don't say that. I don't say that per se because it can be hurtful and it feels good to be needed. So I always respect the fact that need, and I also understand of letting people. I understand let people be them. Where
Mm-hmm.
it's certain things where if she wants to cater to me. Do I
Mm-hmm.
need her to? No. Will I allow her to? Because that's who she is, and this is her love language. Yes, I sit back. I let her do her because this is how she shows me that she loves me, and I get
Mm-hmm.
that. I definitely understand that. I let people be them.
Yeah,
Got to,
Got to.
you have,
Hmm.
yeah, you do because
but
the thing
then
is, you don't want nobody to try. Like I say all the time, I don't want if you want to change, you change. Don't
Right.
change because of me because it only
No.
gonna last for so long. I like this. This is my saying, one of my sayings too. I like to say, people who plan apart is soon gonna forget their
oh
role.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
they will. They
you can't
will.
hold that front for too long. Oh, and you mess. Hey, I ain't gonna give all my secrets away. I ain't
We were
doing.
just saying that
Hey,
today.
I ain't doing that.
Well,
But
that's not
look,
nice. You on the show to give away secrets.
I'm
Right.
gonna tell you. I'm
Right.
gonna
We
tell
were
you
just
something.
saying that
I'm
today,
a hey
Greg and
you. I'm gonna figure you
I.
out because I learned people very fast, especially because I'm a personal trainer. I've been training for 10 years. So in
Mm.
order for me to train effectively, I have to learn people at a rapid speed. So
Mm-hmm.
I have like a 3-day system to where I can once I just sit there, talk with you, listen, and understand because listening is the biggest thing when it comes to knowing people. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times people don't listen because they're too busy on social media or they're comparing to past experiences. And you have to give people's clean slates. Like
You
I don't
do.
come into any relationship with expectations of what somebody else done did because you're not them. So I allow you to be who you are and you show me something different. And if you show me something different that I a like or a something that I don't like, I'm gonna act accordingly.
Mm,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're gonna pass the mic on to my partner here because
Listen.
I guess you know what I like to say too. Like we plan for it to go one way, but God has His own way of doing
You
whatever.
know,
I'm sure everything
listen.
that you just said somebody needed to hear. You know, so
Absolutely.
See,
you got
and
the
God will
mic.
put these
Partner.
people in your life.
Absolutely.
God,
And
God will put these people back into your life.
Yeah.
Either teach you the lesson, or you're not done growing these people,
mm-hmm.
or you're not done growing. One
You're
of the
not.
two.
Yeah.
I always ask people. I always ask myself, when am I supposed to learn, and when am I? Because when people come into your gravitational circle,
Mm-hmm.
it's a reason, because you have to realize, look at the mass amount of people that you walk by every day that you never make contact with.
Absolutely.
And then it's people that you do. It's a reason why. It's always a
Absolutely.
reason, because numbers are numbers. And so I
Mm-hmm.
always ask, what am I supposed to learn?
Yeah.
What am
Mm-hmm.
I supposed to teach?
Yeah.
Or is it both?
Right.
That's
Right.
good.
Because you never know. And it's been people that have
Never
entered my
know.
life that I teach. And it's like I'm supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
growing. But then I also realized, because I was mad, like, man, how come it didn't work? Like, I really loved her for real. But I'm like, I may have outgrown her.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always growing. You're not gonna see me in the same, like, I ain't even the same person I was a couple days ago.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Last time we talked last Thursday, I ain't even him. I'm a whole different being, because guess what? I done got me some coaching. I done went back out there in the
Mm-hmm.
field and perfected my craft. I done
Yeah.
did some
Come on.
more character development. I done did some more mental development and emotional development since last Thursday. I'm not that
Mm-hmm.
same person, and I'm gonna continue to grow as long as God allows me to, every single day, because that's what we're supposed to do.
Yes.
We're here to
Uh-huh.
grow. People say, "Oh, we're supposed, men stop growing, women stop growing at 16, and men stop growing at 24." No, we don't stop growing until we hit that grave.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's
That's
Because
it.
God
look at it, we
truth.
may not get taller, but we age. Aging
Mm-hmm.
is growing,
Yeah.
because you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to age backwards like Benjamin Button. We're going to age forward, which means that's growth.
Right.
But tell you what, some
Benjamin
people
Button
shrink.
syndrome.
Wait, some people shrink because my mom and my sister shrinking.
So what happens. What
No,
happens is
seriously.
No, I know some people.
the bones and the muscular structure isn't the same anymore.
Right.
The gravity starts to come in compounds. Because my mom gets shorter I'm like, I can see over your head a little bit more today. So
It's called degenerative bones.
and
Oh
so
my,
then we
wow.
mhm.
So okay, let's pass the mic on to
So,
Miss Shawana. We're gonna have a little fun here tonight.
Let's have some
Mm.
fun.
It's
yes,
fun.
and
You know, it's
also
fun.
just to let our listen.
Yeah. No, I was saying like it's
Mhm.
fun, but it's you know,
Yes,
I like to have fun when I'm learning. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to be so
me
serious
too.
all the time because everything don't
Yes,
have to be
yes.
serious all the time. You know, I just love
It
to have a
doesn't.
good time. You
Like,
know,
chill.
It doesn't.
there you go. There you go, sis. It's on you.
Absolutely. Yes, and just to let our listening audiences know that if this conversation is speaking to you tonight, we want you to do three things for us, and that's to share the broadcast with someone who needs to hear this conversation, tag a man in your life who deserves a space to speak, and follow and subscribe to her and It Had to Happen TV so that we can continue having conversations that many people are just afraid to start. So allow us to help you start that conversation by grabbing you, setting aside a night, and let's chat on It Had to Happen TV. Now, Will, so I hear you say that you're constantly evolving. You're not the same man that you were last week, and then I heard you say, I may have outgrown her. In certain instances, my husband, I wish he was on tonight. He was having some technical difficulties with his internet, but in certain instances, that's like if you date to marry. So dating to marry, and sometimes when you marry, you may feel like you're outgrowing one another at one stage or one
Yeah.
place in your in that relationship. But what do you do if you feel like you're outgrowing each other? You don't just say, well, leave them. You don't say, deuces, that's it. We've outgrown each other. I got to go find somebody else who's grown a little higher than you know. We just got to come back to the table, and we got to find out where we are in life. What are we doing? Because you're growing in this area, because you're working on one business, I'm working on another business, and we're constantly evolving. But what we have to do is bring it back to the drawing table and say, listen, this is where we are. This is where we're going to meet halfway, so that we don't it doesn't run its course. It gets dry, dull, and boring, and so that we can launch and merge them together, and let's grow together. So that let's understand each other, so that we can grow at the same speed, should I say? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is, one thing I've learned is that, like, I'm not married and I've never been married, but I do understand. I've been in long-term relationships where marriage has played. It could have went there because we technically were, but the thing is, you have to choose each other every day, despite whatever you're doing. And a lot of times what happens is, and it goes back to what you were saying of, so it doesn't get dull, it doesn't get boring. Relationships get dull and boring.
Sometimes they do.
And the thing is, it's not going to always be exciting. It's not going to always be what you think it is, but we have to be able to choose each other every single day. We have to be, that's what it is. And love has to be an account.
Yes.
But and then not only that, it's going to be times where love, it may not be a factor today.
Yes.
I love you today. But guess what? This goes back to what we started in the beginning of talking about care. Do you care enough to make sure that my needs are met, and care enough that I make sure that your needs are met?
Okay.
Will you hard?
It is hard.
I'd rather for you to love me every day.
Every day.
You don't love people. No. Come on, Holy Spirit. I think what it is, we love them, but sometimes we don't like them.
We don't like
what
them.
it is. So that's what I meant to say in terms of
that. Will, you scared me for a minute.
So it's like I love you, but I may not like you today. And so, but sometimes I have talked to couples though, like older couples, because I will sit down with old people and just listen. I ask questions and listen to understand. And I've heard them say it's times within their marriage that they have fallen out of love with each other.
Right, but I'm saying that day, like that
and
day.
Like,
I get it. I get that. Yeah.
And so it's like, all right. So when that happens, what do we do? Because to me, marriage is, look. If I decide to marry you, I'm all in.
Me too.
I'm all in. I love you. One, because I done got Uncle Sam involved. Now we can't play no games without him involved. And Uncle Sam don't play no games. I don't play about my money. I work hard for my dollars. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I ain't about to risk losing half my stuff because you mad at me. Look, we gonna sit down. We gonna work this out. I ain't got time because you got Uncle Sam involved. Me, trust me. So
we'll say Uncle Sam got involved.
Uncle Sam, that's all. That's to me. That's all marriage is, because I'm like, really, marriage is between me, you, and God. Once we put God involved, hey, we cool. But then we get Uncle Sam involved. Now we got to deal with the mortal version of the world. Now we got to deal with the realities of the business side of what love brings. That's all. That's what marriage brings. It's the business when you bring Uncle Sam involved. Anytime Uncle Sam is involved, it's a business. So now we have to run a business. Now it's like, all right, we're running this business. How do we want this? How do we want this baby to grow? Because I love you, you love me. We're working this thing together. We're doing this life thing together. But let's figure out how we can make this thing grow, so we can work and use this experience for the best of both of our advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Makes a whole lot of sense. But just let me clear it up for Will a little bit.
Right. Let's clean it up a little bit.
I'll say marriage is, it is between you, her, and God, right? But the thing is, that's not what marriage is. I think it's a work in progress every day. Like you work on yourself, you have to work with each other and not against. I think that's
course.
a daily thing, and I feel like you too, Will. I feel like whenever my time is, when he find me, and I want nobody Boaz, I want my own. Okay.
That's it.
But my thing is, whenever he finds me, I know that I'm gonna be all in. I'm gonna be all the way in. And
Yes.
you'll have it to where in some people, that's why you gotta have the spirit of discernment, because
Mm-hmm.
some people can play on your say it for me, vulnerability.
Vulnerability. Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's necessary for us to heal. Because
Yes.
if you broken and I'm broken and we going into a ship or a relationship, that ship gonna sink.
That's
It
gonna
may
sink.
sail smooth for a while,
Mhm.
but
It's gonna
it
sink.
will sink.
Mhm.
Why?
Definitely
Because
will.
I'm not healed, you're not healed, and we're at
You
each
gotta
other.
heal.
Have to. You
That's it.
have. You can heal together. You understand what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? You
You
That's
can
right.
can.
heal together. It's
Yep.
no okay. Let me go get myself together, and then I'll come back and get you when I fit. No, 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 no,
No.
no, no, no. Because I
No.
need to see you when you at your weakest. You need
When
to
you
know
I gotta
that.
see you in all. First of all, before we even get married, I need to see you in all 7 of your seasons. That's
Seven.
why.
right.
So that's why I
Seven.
don't always agree when people say, like, it's been people that be like, "Oh, you would know in 3 months. You would know in this amount." But it's like I don't, because it's certain seasons that I need to see you in, because I may marry you, right? And to me, I'm only getting married once.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not getting no divorce. We're not doing all that. We gonna work it out. We gonna sit down at the table. We really gonna and discuss it. We gonna have a family plan. We're gonna have weekly meetings where we discuss what
Good.
we did to each other and
Yeah.
what we can change. Like, I have a whole strategic plan on how we can make this work, and it's gonna be because I ask questions and I talk,
Yeah.
and because the thing is, we always need to be on the same page, and
Mm-hmm.
so I need to see what you look like. Cause I need to know how you act when I'm broke. I need to act. I need to
Mm-hmm.
know how you gonna
That's
act if
what I'm
I'm up.
saying.
I need
Mm-hmm.
to know how you act if you when you mad and upset. I need to know how you
Mm-hmm.
act when somebody passes away. I need to know. I need to know these things. So
Need to know.
and it's not just to say so I can leave you, but so I can help heal you and I can treat you the way that you need in your love language.
Okay,
This is
now
what it
here's
Yes.
is.
I'm gonna throw you for a loop here because I keep hearing you say, I.
I.
I believe that God,
We're hearing it.
I believe in love at first sight. I definitely
Yes.
believe. I
Mm-hmm.
had a 15, 16-year relationship. That's my kid's father, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I believe in love at first sight. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, if God send that person into your life, you gonna tell God, oh no, I need to see her in her 7 seasons.
Well, and this is what I learned from when I watched Megan Good and her ex-husband, their separation.
Mhm.
It taught me something. And when I watched it, because people was like, man, they were so good together. She doing this, she doing that. And it's like, this is where I understood seasons. So this is another thing. A marriage may only last for a season in you all's life, and you have to be okay with that because God's saying y'all served y'all purpose together. Now move on.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a possibility, and that's what happened with Megan Good and her husband, because I was ex-husband and I was watching that, and that's where I really paid attention to relationship seasons and
But
people.
mm-mm, mm-mm. Where you watch this at? On TV?
I watched it in real life. They was like, people was complaining, and
No,
I'm
but
watching them.
the reason why I asked you that, I'm gonna take you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're only gonna give us what they want to see us. What they want, I
That's
mean,
it.
what they want us to see. We don't
Yes.
really see the real deal spill in
Mm-mm.
people's lives,
You don't.
especially celebrities. I'm gonna tell you that now. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of, I'm gonna, God, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be free
Say
and I'm
it.
gonna say it because it's
That's
gonna
it.
free somebody. Do you
It's gonna
know
free somebody.
times we're envying the things that they have when we're on the outside looking in? 9 times out of 10, will that stuff is
Mm-hmm.
lost to them so they could promote the business or whatever it is, jewelry, houses, cars, all of that. We think that this is these people things. We think that their things, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not. You know, a lot of stuff, what we see is
Right. It's
fabricated,
not.
especially on social media. Now, I can get up here and I could put on a good game, just like you said.
Yes.
You need to know. That's why I say the spirit of discernment. What I don't want to do, I don't care. Like my sister, she's married. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
married, never been. But my thing is, I would never base
Yes.
my relationship off of what,
Yes.
because what I see a beautiful thing. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what I see on the outside looking in. We
Yes.
all know that all ships,
On the
whether it's
outside.
a
Yes.
ship, situation ship,
That's
you
right.
know, whatever ship it may be, there's
Right.
always going to be some difficulty, right? But are they going to talk about it really? You know,
Yes.
or what happens, Will, if they got together like them two broken people?
That's
Then
right. That's
so what
right.
happened? But you got to realize everything happens for a reason. So they
Absolutely.
got together, right? They got married. They
Mm-hmm,
went through their season, and then their
mm-hmm.
season ended, and new seasons began.
It can. No, I'm not saying that it can't. But my thing is, what if they got married prematurely before God gave them the? What if? This is a disclaimer,
What
y'all.
if?
We're not. This is not to be
What
So,
trolled.
if?
so then I'm
What
gonna
if?
Mm-hmm.
so then I'm gonna ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
if everything happens for a reason and God has everything planned, why was that not part of God's plan? Them getting married and getting divorced and finding the people that they needed.
You know why? Because we move ahead of God sometimes.
We move
We
ahead of God a lot of times.
God says be child. God says be like he didn't say be him. He didn't
Yes.
never tell us to be him. And
He
too
didn't
many
say
times he
no.
wants to be him. And
No.
he'll allow us to get into some stuff.
That's
And
right.
he'll be like, okay, you think you big and bad. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest cry while he have you in it,
Yes.
it should be, God,
Mm-hmm.
give me the strength and show me what you want me to get out of this.
That's
Because
right.
at the
That's
end
right.
of the day, it's like we think we so big and bad, and he be done showed us signs. He
Mm-hmm.
he shows us signs, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not to say everybody is quick to God, hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people blame God, but God told me to do this.
Oh
God
yeah.
told me to do that, and then when they fail, you go to question them.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not
And
saying
then
it can't be seasons.
no, and then another thing about seasons, like we have like some people may live in a state where they have 4 seasons. And then say in the fall, you have a big, beautiful tree all year in your yard. In the fall, that tree turned, I'm gonna say, for instance, we had some cold days here. All of my trees turned orange and brown, and I mean they were withered up, and it looks like there was nothing left to them.
Yeah.
But was I gonna pluck up those trees because the leaves wither and because they turn orange and brown? No, because the bark of that tree still had life. So I know that there is room for restoration of that tree, and how I know that there's room for regrowth and restoration because I almost threw the tree away, and when I looked, I seen a patch of green leaves starting to grow again, which let me know that in the bark of that tree still has some life. It just went through a bad season, but it didn't die.
That's
Amen.
because
It
the
went
tree
through a
is
bad
married.
season, I didn't
That's
pluck it
because the
up.
tree is married to the earth.
Right.
It
And
has a
see,
marriage bond.
right, and you and your wife should have a marriage bond.
Absolutely.
It should be the
Absolutely.
same thing. You and your wife. If things get too hard for you,
Mm-hmm.
right, or if this person goes through a dry season, do
Yes.
you leave them?
No. No.
It
No, I'm asking
depends.
real. Do
This
you
is
leave
where
them?
you bind together closer. This is what brings you to closer together. It binds you. And this shows you the strength of your relationship. Are you in it for an emotional attachment? Are you in it because relationships, and especially a marriage is a covenant agreement between
Amen.
you, your spouse, and God. And we can't just throw away the covenant because we're having a bad season or a bad day, or we don't feel like this was the right decision for my life. Remember last week when I talked about walking in God's permissive will? Some people aren't right for you, but because you asked for it and it's what I wanted, he allowed that I to come alive in you and reign big, and he allowed you to walk into his permissive will. So now every time you go through something, every struggle you go through, every hard time, every hardship, every shipwreck you go through, now you got to try to fight to keep this together. Now you're working on your will, your own will, because God allowed it because you wanted it. It was what I wanted so bad. And and that's when you really gonna need God and really ask him to make your strength perfect, make his strength perfect in your weakness. So
So like, how long you gonna deal with that? Because the thing is, it's like, well, God will give you what you want.
Yeah.
But he'll give you what you want, but that also sometimes the stuff that you want also prolongs what you need.
True. Very
so,
right. Yes.
And then it's like, all right, because I know this. So it's certain things in my life that I'm like, it's like weight loss, right? It's like, say, for instance, I know that if I need to lose weight, I gotta stop eating my bacon cheeseburgers. I know that. But then it's like, all right, when will I be ready to? Because if I want to see abs by the summer, when do I put the bacon cheeseburger down? Right? It's like, all right, so then when I'm ready to put the bacon cheeseburger down, then I'm going to be able to get the abs that I want.
Maybe. No, maybe. Maybe.
Well, I'm telling you from my experience that the abs are going to come back when the bacon cheeseburger comes. That's what this is.
So if you just well, listen, watch this. What if God said, I'm going to put you down till you get right? I'm not going to stop by and do what you need, because God says he'll provide every one of our needs. That's what he said. He didn't say I wants, but he said every one of our needs. So what happened if God stopped giving you your needs because he feel you having a bad season?
Right.
See, we love people on I don't want any transaction on conditions. There you go. I don't want any transactional relationships.
Well, that's not reality, though. So the reality is the only people that are going to love you unconditionally, especially as a man, is maybe your mama. And I don't even get that.
No.
My mama loves me with conditions.
So I just think that
now my children, I love them unconditionally.
That's a big statement.
My children don't have to worry about me loving them with conditions. They can mess up and I will still love them and make sure that they're good, because that's who I am. But in terms of like,
you love them, but you love them with conditions because you want them to do the right thing.
Right.
You want them, that's conditions. That's conditions.
That's the condition.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not me. I give my kids the option to choose. I don't force them to do the right thing, because I also understand everybody has a story, and the things that people go through are meant to shape them to become the people that they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to always be peaches and cream. They're going to have to go through the rough times. They're going to have to make dumb decisions and do dumb stuff. That's part of it. So if I put the expectation of I need you to do the right thing all the time, that's putting unrealistic expectations on me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna flip this thing on you. You putting expectations on yourself, because you talk about putting a double cheeseburger down on a bacon.
No, that's not necessarily an expectation. That's the formula. I have an actual weight loss formula. Look, when it comes to losing weight, I am a master. Look, but right now that bacon cheeseburger be calling my name. I be needing it.
What's the formula, Will?
That patty, hey.
I heard from a nutritionist. Now, she said it's not what you eat, it's how you eat it. And you think about it. Now,
it depends on your goals. So when it comes to weight loss, I understand how to lose it very fast. So I've been doing this for so long that I have the routine, the formula. I got clients losing weight like crazy right now. This is what I do. Like I have no issue with that. So I understand it. So when it comes to doing like the foods and stuff like that, it's true, because you can cut back. But my expectation and the world's normality expectations in terms of losing weight are two different things. See, the world will teach you how to slow roll it. Nah, I need to look good tomorrow. I'm about to sacrifice. I'm about to grind. I'm about to do what I need
look
to do.
good, whether I'm big, small, purple,
I know
yellow.
that's right.
But my expectations of how I need my body to look, I need my body to look chiseled. I need to see my abs. I need to.
That's what you want.
Right, exactly. But that's the thing. You have to, when it comes to life, you determine what you want.
So I'm gonna ask you this.
I want that awesome body that's undeniable when you see me walk through. Like, bro, that's the man.
Okay, so what about your woman? Are you gonna put all of these?
That's what I want. That
you gonna put all those?
No. See, I accept people for who they are. Now, in order to deal with me, you must be in the gym. That's a requirement. You have to go to the gym. A healthy lifestyle is a requirement for any woman that I date. You must be in the gym and you must be willing to eat healthy. You don't have to eat healthy all the time, but a healthy lifestyle, yes, it is a requirement that I require because I look good and I work very hard to make sure that I look good for you. I need you to do the same for me.
You heard that? That's all I was trying to get. I was trying to get that what you just said right there.
Yes.
But this is what I'm telling you.
Oh, Will.
The season, Will.
It's nothing wrong with having standards and having what you want. Because if you ask a woman, hey, would you rather deal with a broke man or a rich man? Which one would you choose if you had both sitting in front of you? What man would you choose?
I choose the man to love me.
Let me tell you something. I can answer that question honestly for you.
Both of them love you.
But see, go ahead.
I can answer that question.
Both of them love you. Both of them are equal on the same level. I got that question. So both of them are equal on the same level. They all do everything perfect. The only thing is one is broken, one is not.
Okay.
Let me answer that question for you, Will.
Please, let's go.
Before I got married, you see that when you see a woman hand moving, that means she finna get okay. So before I got married, you finna clock this tea. So before I got married to my husband, I had an opportunity of being with a guy who could give me anything that I wanted, any time of the day I wanted, how I wanted it, and how much of it I wanted. But when I met my husband was going through the wilderness. He was trying to find himself because he had just lost his job. He just lost his car just broke down. He just lost his apartment. He was staying on his friend's couch or wherever he could lay his head that night. But when I met him, God showed me something distinctive about this man. And what he showed me, other women who was gold diggers or whatever, see, I always was independent, so I had my own when he met me, so I wasn't looking for nobody to fill in the gap. But when I met this man, I saw something in him that he didn't even see him in himself. And I told him, I said, I see something in you. I said, you may not see it now. I said, but when God finished with you, you're going to understand exactly what I saw. Had I aborted that because of what he didn't have, and looking at this other guy who can give me everything, and he treated me good, he treated me right, he didn't treat me wrong. He was supposed to be my bestie, but then when I met my husband, he tried to slide on in and say, oh, he been, but okay, you slithered a little too slow, snake. But anyhow, my husband now has one of the top Christian apparel clothing line, Jesus in the Trenches. Matter of fact, I'm wearing one of our blingy bling jackets now. One of the top Christian apparel clothing lines. We do vendoring shows. We do annual fashion shows where we're able to bring on and hire artists. And I ain't talking about cheap artists. I'm talking about artists where you got to pay you a little bit of cash to get them there. But had I aborted that, I wouldn't have been able to, God wouldn't have allowed me to be able to help see that in him, unearth it, and then help him give birth to the vision and the destiny that where God has had him to be. See, there was vision and there was destiny. And like I tell you, when destiny and purpose collide, that's an awful thing. But that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
So I tell people,
he asked a question about broke and rich. It's okay. Have your standards. I'm not saying to not have your standards.
Right.
But I am saying to you, kind of tone down a tad bit, because you want something for a person that they may cannot give you, Will.
Give you.
And this may be your person that can love you. I mean,
Right.
that can love you beyond your faults. Because guess what? I could go and choose the rich man. The rich man probably have 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other women on the other hand. And then, truth be told, people always like the base thing on money. A lot of rich folk is not happy.
They're sad. They're some of the saddest people in the world.
Exactly. Do your research, and I know that you will. Yes. But here's the thing. Would you rather have somebody that you can build with instead of somebody who have it? You know, like she said, she have her own. And I used to think like that's probably why I'm not married, because the thing is, I used to think like you. They have to have X, Y, and Z. They have to. God was probably bringing some awesome people in my life, but because I was putting the expectations on them, and sometimes people can't give us what we want, or 9 times out of 10, we think that they're supposed to know what the other person is expecting from us.
It's not the expectation; it's a character trait.
No, that's an expectation.
That's an expectation.
A character trait. No, a character trait about me is I'm going to make sure that I'm healthy. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the gym. I'm going to make sure that health is a priority, because when I get old, I don't want you having to take care of me in a way that I could have prevented if I was in the gym.
Like
that's the character trait. Health, the way that you view your health is a character trait.
That's right.
That character trait is very important to me. Because when I get old, I also look at it as I'm going to have to take care of you. I need to know what I'm looking at. I need to know what's going on, because one thing I learned about working out is it prolongs the aging process. So the more you work out, the slower you age. Now, it also helps. This is how I have to view things, because if we're talking about marriage is long term. I have to know what I'm dealing with long term.
It's long term. But you're not promised to be here tomorrow. So you're robbing your now. Look, you're robbing your now.
Yes.
Thinking ahead. God says don't worry about tomorrow. It's own problems. You see what I'm saying? I think it'll take exactly. But here's the thing. You're worried about, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. Trust me, I'm not playing out. I get what you're saying. But my thing is, just because she's not in a gym every day, does that make her not healthy? Just because she's eating a little hot dog or hamburger, does that make her not healthy?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't till we got into our older age till you start seeing people say, "Oh, I'm vegan." I never heard of a vegan and vegetarian and all the earth stuff. What the thing is? You could be missing out on your queen, Will.
You can, Will.
Maybe she's not. Gym is not her thing. Maybe she got bad knees, Will.
I don't have a problem. To be honest with you, and I don't want to be blunt, but I don't have a problem with women. I'm very good in that department.
We know that, Will. We know that. We know that.
Like I'm fine. I don't, because we on the live, so I don't like exposing my hand, but I'm okay.
We know that, Will.
Like, I'm good. I know what I want, and I get what I want. So I'm
no, we don't want you. We don't want you to just get what you want. We want you to keep what you want.
So I know, and I also don't have a problem with keeping women, because I understand. So I don't like to toot my own horn, but God did his thing when he made me.
Look, hold on. Take it easy on her, because trust me, baby, it's a lot of us feeling like that. I'm the apple of God's eye. Okay.
I also understand why I don't put that expectation on everybody, because I know the strenuous things where it comes with working out. But the thing is, I do know that when it's time to go out, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, it's because like we got a trip. I know somebody's like, oh yeah, when they put on them jeans and they getting a little too big, they be like, oh yeah, I'm about to go lose some weight. And they go to the gym, they get on their routine, they lose their weight, and then they go back to doing their thing. That's totally fine. I'm also a trainer where with me being a trainer, I'm gonna tell you something. Women that have dealt with me have all lost weight and got the best bodies of their life.
Okay, they may have the best
Because they
body.
dealt
But
with
what
you. Okay.
inside is like? What
They've
is
done
the
that.
heart
What's
like?
inside of you?
And
What's the
they be
heart
looking,
like?
they be like, woo, they be happy.
But what's the we look at
Mm.
the outer God. We
Well,
look
Mhm.
at
the
the
thing is,
outer
in order to
appearance.
deal with me, you have to go.
Right.
I do mental evaluations before I get involved with people.
Well, Will, you
I do mental, emotional, spiritual evaluations before we even get involved in a
Mhm.
certain aspect. Most people don't make it past my talking stage because
so can
I
you be wrong?
understand what's going on and
Can
I
you
have to
be wrong?
listen.
Can you be wrong?
Of
Mhm.
course, everybody
So
can be wrong.
exactly.
But I also understand God's timing. So I also know that when the right time and the right woman comes to play, I know exactly what I'm looking for when she comes. And if it's not that, then it's not that. But I also know that I have to grow people because this is my purpose. I grow people, I teach people, I help people.
Mhm.
I have group people for other people. And I'm okay with that because I know you're not for me, but you needed these lessons and this information that I have in order to grow you so you can be the best version of you. And if you have to step away and go find somebody else to take these teachings that I gave you to be the best version so you can be happy and live your purpose, I understand that because I understand my God-given purpose and gift on what I bring to the earth.
Okay, you heard what you said.
Mhm.
Your God given
You're
what
God given.
because
Yeah,
that's what God allowed you to do, not that you did anything.
Right.
God
right. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So until God sends me my wife, I'm like, bro,
how
look,
you
I'm
gonna find a will? Because you, well, you
because you got to realize it's been situations where God has showed me, like I'm like, oh, I like this,
yeah.
and God,
Mhm.
because the thing is, when you ask God for something, you also have to be prepared to take it. You have to realize
Mhm.
you also don't understand my schedule. I have a very,
Mhm.
I'm waking up. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
Mm.
I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, grinding, working, typing up. I've been working. Do I have time necessarily to court a woman properly the way she deserves to be courted? No, I don't. I don't have.
Mhm.
I can't court you the way you need to be courted because I don't have the time to. And even if I try to make the time, it's going to be tough. So now we have to figure something out. That's not fair to you.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
But let me ask you this: you say you've been up since 3 o'clock,
Mhm.
Working.
working ever since.
Ever since I've been
Mhm.
typing up paper, I done got some stuff done. I done went. I teach a purpose program at a high school. I went to the high school, talked to the purpose program. I met with another lady who's going. She wants to bring me in to do some work. I said, okay, cool. I done went to a meeting where it was big. We networking. I done did that. I done typed up proposals. I done went to the gym and worked out. I done did it all already, and I'm still not done. I still got work to do when we get off of here.
Let me ask you this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is only what the Holy Spirit is giving me. What are you running from?
Mhm.
Nothing. I'm running
No,
Yeah.
towards something. I'm
no.
running towards success. I'm not
Now,
running from
I'm not saying
anything.
you're
I'm
not.
here when it comes to what because I know I can see where you're going. I'm not
Let me
running towards something. I mean, I'm
wait.
not running from anything. I'm running towards my goal that God showed me. This is what I'm doing. I'm in my purpose. Like when I tell
Right.
you I'm in my purpose, I'm in my purpose.
Uh-huh.
This is why I can get up and do everything that I need to do. This is why I can do it. I'm in my purpose. I'm running my purpose play so I can get the life that I need to get that God has showed me what I'm supposed to be. I know God
Mhm.
has already showed me the vision in my head. He ain't show me what I'm supposed to have if I ain't supposed to go get it. But the thing
Okay.
is, when people get that vision in their head, guess what they don't do? They don't
What?
sacrifice. They don't pay attention to the people that are coming to their life. They don't do the things necessary in order to take the steps to get the life that they need to go live to help the people that they're
Mhm.
supposed to
Well,
go.
you just answered my own question. You just answered my
Mhm.
question, what I just asked you, because you said you see where I was going with it. You just really look at the Holy Spirit. He allowed you to answer my question right there. Do
Yes.
you think that my thing is I have plenty of tasks and I'm walking in boldly in my purpose. But do
Amen.
I make time for others in my life? Yes.
Yes,
I
Because
absolutely.
do.
the thing about
Now
it is,
I do make
let me
time for
finish.
others.
Wait, you no, you were saying like you don't have the time to kind of like pour into a woman. But watch this. Do you think that people who's walking in their purpose don't have time for somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get distracted. I get it.
Don't.
Nobody does want to.
But
Nobody
you got to
wants to
make
get
time.
distracted. But what I'm saying to you is, you got to have some time to wherein, because if you're studying, you named how many things just now? 1, 2, 3. I think 5. You said you had a
Mm-hmm.
networking meeting. You spoke with the lady, Jim. What was the other 2?
I do a lot. I do a
Okay.
lot in the day.
Okay.
I do. I make time for what I want to make time for, yes. But I
That's,
also want you to
that's what I'm saying.
understand. I
Yes.
also want you to understand that priority is making sure that my kids are good and making sure that I'm in my purpose. That is priority.
Okay.
Let me ask one question.
And I don't care about anything else right now other than that. Now,
Mhm.
God sends me my wife to add to be the helpmate that she's supposed to be to help go get this thing done, then yes, we accept that. But until then, they just playing.
How did
Wait,
you know that?
For real. So,
Hey, girl,
okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My reality is like, oh, y'all don't really want nothing serious. Y'all just want to play. Oh, do I have time for that? No, I don't have time to play. I'm looking for something serious. I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. But look, I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to understanding where you're at in life,
Mm-hmm.
you have 1 or 2 choices. You either gonna go get what God told you that you have to go get,
Mm-hmm.
and understand that the character development is there,
Mm-hmm.
or you can go the other way, because my coach told me it's always about perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Always about perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because the question that you asked me, and the reason why I answered it the way I answered it is because when it comes to viewpoints on my life, I don't allow negative viewpoints. Because
wait, hold on. Who is going negative?
well, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, because it's not. I don't want that.
We're open
But
here.
when it comes to it was about the perspective of saying, what am I running from, instead of what am I running towards. If you ask me what I'm running from,
I already knew what you was running towards. You said
so
it.
if you say, because the thing is this, if you say it's about perspective, I want to give you this, because it says, if I say, and this is how I train the children as well, because I have discussions with some of the teachers on how to train the mind. If I say I'm running from this, guess what I start to think? I start to think of all of the negative things that I'm running from. No, I don't need that. I'm running towards my purpose. I'm running towards success. I'm looking at what the positive. I'm looking on the outlet, because the thing is, how you view life determines on how far you're going to go, and you want to remain in that happy space of success, because it's like darkness. That one speck of light can drown out everything that you done worked for.
You know
The
why?
mind is the most powerful thing that you have. And I understand on how to program it. I program my mind with positive viewpoints, positive angles, positive things over on this direction, because I understand also that on the other side of what I want is also going to benefit everybody else that trickles down from my tree.
And let me say this too, Will. I'm going to take you back to the word. The word tells us that many are the plans of a man, but God is the one that orders our steps. I keep hearing you say, the things that I've done, and I worked so hard toward it. I work, and it's a lot of eyes. But have you asked God to order your steps?
Well, the thing is, the reason why I say I is because I thought we were all on the understanding that God is already leading my steps. Well, I don't have to already say that. I thought we were already on that same playing field.
Okay, we there now. We there.
That God is, because I can't do anything without the faith. Where I didn't, so because you have to have faith. You have to have, you have to realize I'm on autopilot. I'm not running this show.
Okay.
How I met you, I'm gonna be honest with you. How I met you was through God.
Right.
We get on this show and we keep having these same conversations and the same things, because God allows this thing to happen. Why? Amen. Because we were supposed to be having these conversations. We were supposed to be talking. We were supposed to be doing this thing. Guess what? And if I wasn't in my purpose and I wasn't going down the path and following the steps as God's telling me to follow, guess what? I wouldn't have met you.
Amen.
I wouldn't have met you.
Right.
So when it comes to it,
because you hurt my feelings a little bit. So I wanna kind of clear this up.
Let's talk about that. Let's bring
yeah,
that.
I want to bring that back up. Winster Plumber, how are you? Sour Patch Hut 4K, how are you? Welcome in. Okay, what I want, first of all, if you thought that I was coming at you a certain kind of way, in a negative way, it was not.
No, I don't. I'm sorry if that came off that way. That was never the intent. That was never the intent. And because I don't have soft skin. I'm very.
We know that. We see that, Will.
But I want to put that out there because you said you see where I was going with it, and I was
it's just how I program my mind to get things done. Because you gotta realize I am an elite level champion. I live on an elite level a lot. I'm a professional bodybuilder, and with me being that, it allowed me to be Kobe. Right? It allowed me to be Kobe. And the way to be Kobe is you have to have a certain type of mindset. And in order to beat and defeat the battles, because you also have to understand, and this is the reason why we're even here in the first place, is that I'm giving you the formula of some of the things that men have to go through without telling you that these are the things that men have to go through. So this is how you will program an elite level champion. So, and that's why I was saying, I was like, no. So I didn't want you to think that I was attacking you or think that I took that the wrong way or anything like that. What I'm saying is that when it comes to speaking to somebody in terms of creating an elite level champion, I always go towards the direction of positivity and program the mind that way versus having them think backwards or something that way. It wasn't.
I get it. But what I want to say to you, I'm glad that you said that. Here's the thing, and follow me, please follow me. Both of you follow me. Yes. Because if you're gonna train, if you're gonna, and I'm saying this is not me saying this. So
yes,
you have to take this up with God.
Yes.
In order to get to a healing place, you have to visit what broke you or what hurt you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And although I want to think positive on every day, all day, but what do you think birthed it had to happen? The it's.
Absolutely.
So I often revisit the it's. I can't run from the it's. And that's why the Holy Spirit allowed me to ask you, what were you running from? So to me, and this is just me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, to me, it seemed like you don't want to think about the negative. But in order to build anybody, you don't beat them up with what they done been through, but you remind them, and then you show them how they can get better. That's what this show is about. My journey, my pain, my purpose.
My purpose.
So there was one time I was on this journey. There was one time where I was going through that pain, and still today sometimes. But then the beautiful thing about it is, it still don't take away from me because I'm walking in my purpose. And God says that we're going, He says we're going to go through some things. He never told us it was going to be easy.
Amen.
But if me and you in a relationship, come on now, me and you in a relationship, and you show me something that you don't like about me, we don't, I have it in my phone. It says, stop taking everything personal.
Yeah, you have to take it personal.
Wait, because you probably saw something in me, like she said she saw in her husband.
Yes.
So my thing is, if you saw something in me, why should I have to walk around on the fence?
You don't.
I'm offense now. I'm an offense girl. You know, I'm a
I know that's right.
I don't have to. I'm sorry. I don't have to walk around on defense. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Today is you my partner. So I say I love you. You say you love me. But you come and tell me something you saw in me that you didn't like that day. Maybe I was in one of my seasons having a bad day.
That's it.
It don't stop you from loving me. It don't stop me being revisiting. Okay, well, you know what? Let me see what I could have done or what he's saying. Let me see, maybe just say you said that I did something or I said something. I want to go back and revisit that thing and say, well, how could I may have said it differently? Or how could I may have done it differently? So that's what I'm saying. But
it was a woman that I was dating, and I was really about to marry her. And one of the qualities that really stuck out to me was because when we would get it, like we wouldn't argue. We were able to talk. And I told her, I said, look, this is something that I didn't like. And she said, Will, I love you, and I really want this relationship to work. What can I do to make that? What can I do to change that so we don't run into that again?
Mhm.
And that response in itself, one, would throw anybody back because a lot of people aren't used to that. And I wasn't, but that quality in itself, in terms of having the communication and having the change, because I don't mind me, I am adaptable. Where if you say, hey, look, I don't like this, okay, well, now I'm going to work on not doing that and replacing that with something that you may like.
But
You
what
know,
if, why not ask the question says, why don't you like that? Because you may do something, you might not do the same thing, but you may do something similar.
well,
But you need to know, because I feel like if I tell you what bothers me and you continue to do it, you don't respect me.
well, the thing is, it also depends on the situation and timing. Timing is important because if I know that, because one, I don't know how whatever happened, what level of trigger that was.
Right.
And if that was your extreme level of trigger, right now is not the time to discuss why. I need you to come back down, and then we'll revisit that later. And we can, when you come back down, it's like, hey, you remember the other day when we here? Are you open to talking about that right now? Let's talk about this now. I learned that about timing
It's a
because a
catch
lot of
22. It's a
it's a
catch
catch
22.
22. So you have to. It's like well, I don't want to all because I didn't know I ripped the band-aid off. I
Yeah.
didn't know. So because I ripped the band-aid off, okay, how do I address the situation? Because this is how we have to think as men. When you
Yeah.
dealing with a woman, when men deal with women, we have to be very emotionally sound
Mhm.
because a lot of times emotion beats the logic. And so
Mhm.
we have to meet you with the empathy and meet you where you're at and meet you because of the trauma. And we understand because I remember I was talking to somebody and they was like, hey, when it comes to women, if you ask her how she's doing and she says she doesn't know how and she says, hey, how what's going on? Are you okay? And she's like, I don't know what's going on. You have to believe her
But
because
do
because
you
she may
leave her
not know
sitting
what's going on. And so we have to meet you at that emotional level. So I you don't always want to come and start trying to rip off band-aids and try to understand right away. You want to sit back and just observe the behavior and then address it maybe later on. That's game to y'all young men. You understand? Listen, this is where listening comes into play when it
Wait,
comes
wait.
to a
Well,
woman.
hold on, Will. That's a catch 22 because maybe she wants you. Maybe that's her way of getting your attention. And maybe she wants you to ask that question. Like, baby, can we talk about it? But if you just immediately go off and just leave her sitting in it, it's gonna be like,
Well, no. So we had a conversation. We
mm,
talked. Say, hey, what can I do? This is what can I do? What can I
yeah,
do to make this better? You know,
communication.
and it's like,
Yeah,
okay, this is where the communication comes into play.
yeah,
And then when you have the communication that comes into play, then that's when you will determine whether or not
yeah.
she wants to continue talking about it. Because sometimes you can ask, like, hey, are you okay to talk about it right now? But I've dealt with women that say, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay,
Okay.
that's right. And that's a
And
and
then
that
and then
get
and
that
then
because
you
that
sit and
was
you
me.
wait, and then they'll come around like, man, look, I was tired or something was
Yeah,
going on in the play, but this is where it comes where communication, body language, this is where experience comes into play with dealing with people, and then learning your woman. But then it's also on the same time of learning your man because men oftentimes people forget that we got feelings too. Like we don't have we're not wired to be as emotional, but we do have emotions.
right.
Like I was just like I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just on the treadmill yesterday crying. in the middle of Planet Fitness. This is not promotion for them. They don't pay me. But, but I was on the treadmill.
Tell them to cop that tea and pay them coins.
I was on the treadmill crying, running my plays. Hey, in my mind, I'm reprogramming my mind, reassuring myself, hey, dude, you're a winner, you're a champion, you're great. I have emotions too, but we go through them in a whole different way. And a lot of times when it comes to dealing with the women, this is my experience. I may be wrong. But oftentimes when it comes to our emotions being considered, that's not on the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the forefront, because then it's like, well, why? Because how I usually get met with is, why are you mad? Why are you mad? How are you mad? Because you're mad. You're not. I got into a car accident the other day. Somebody came in, my car's totaled.
Oh,
I made sure I was good. I looked, I moved my neck, moved my body, no blood. I'm good. I get out the car. It's two ladies in the car. My first instinct, because I'm a medical professional, is make sure that the scene is okay. I go, hey, are y'all okay? Is anybody bleeding? Anybody hurt? I made sure everybody was okay first. Just in case I needed to go into a medical thing, I needed to brace the neck, I needed to figure something out to make sure until the EMTs got there. I made sure that the scene was safe. Mm-hmm. I called my mom. She's on the phone with me. After everybody was safe, after the scene was secure, I made sure both ladies were okay. I said, okay, now it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. You're angry. Release it.
That's right.
I go off. I'm like, bro, she just hit my car. This is after the business was taken care of. I made sure that they were okay, that they were safe, that nobody was hurt. My mom is on the phone and was like, son, your behavior is unruly. You need to check it.
Will.
I said, do you not understand that my source of income just got messed up and ain't nobody trying to help me? I got to get this stuff done. So you mean to tell me I'm not allowed to get angry?
Let's go backward.
No, I am allowed to be angry.
What do they tell you? You are? Yes, absolutely. But what do they tell you on the airplane? Put on your mask first.
I did. I made sure everybody was safe. I made sure that them ladies was good. I made sure that they didn't need no braces. I made sure that they didn't need me to hold their neck to make sure that they don't lose it because they could have broken in the accident. I made sure that I checked the scene. I did my due diligence. I did my thing.
What I'm saying is, you got to take you first.
I did. Right. I took care of me first. I made sure I'm fine. I made sure my neck was good. I made sure that my body was good. I made sure that nothing was broke. I said, okay, I'm fine. I need to make sure that the other people are okay, just in case I need to save a life. Mm-hmm. That's part of my character. My character is that I care about people to where even if I was messed up, I was going to make sure that these women or whoever was in this other car, even though it was their fault because they did the wrong, they pulled out in front of me, that I was going to make sure that they were fine. And that's what I did. But then this is where it comes into play where men aren't allowed to show emotion, because I'm looking at the phone. I say, Ma, you mean to tell me I'm not allowed to get angry and upset and embrace the emotion and go through the 7 stages of grief that I got to go through? You mean to tell me I'm not allowed to feel this? And this is my mama telling me, nah, you shouldn't be. You should. So my dad ended up having the conversation. The only reason why I know he had a conversation with her on the back end is because her behavior changed and her attitude and mindset changed on the situation. And was like, hey, he just got into a car accident. You got to realize this is how he's making money. This is what he's doing. This is he's really moving. He's getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning and going to work and strategizing and doing all of this stuff every single day. It's okay for him to feel what he needs to feel. I just need to go through my little moment and I'll be all right. It don't take me long to get over stuff.
Me either.
You
got to learn how to kind of like when you have kids, you have to learn how to block stuff out. Like me, I could sit here and someone could be talking to me and I could they could be talking and I could block them out. So you got to learn.
I think that's a mother thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a mother thing because I'd be looking, I'd be like, boy, that's enough. I'm done. I had enough. I done watch moms. I watch them, and you'll be like, hey, and they'll be doing whatever they doing. I don't know how y'all do it. You need to let me know the secret because I've been trying to figure that out for the longest. I do not get it because I'll be like, bro, look, I need quiet. I need peace. All that noise, we stopping that now. Y'all just let it go on.
That's so true. But I have a question for sis, and then we're gonna go into the rapid fire. This is we right here at 7:20 already, y'all. But listen, sis, I know you operate in spiritual and discernment and prayer, right? Here's the thing: we have wherein I'm actually about the men. So when men begin opening up about trauma, pain, or emotional wounds, what role does spiritual healing play in restoring identity, right? And breaking generational cycles of silence?
What role does spiritual healing play in breaking the identity?
Yes.
Well, it help when you're dealing with a man who has emotional traumas and things that they've fought with, because most emotional traumas generally starts from childhood. And then a lot of times they grow up with it, and then they learn how to just deal with it in everyday life, learn how to cope with it, learn how to bury it, suppress it, and just pretend that it never exists. But the most important thing that even speaking to my husband, I tell him it's so important to be able to talk about it. And hear yourself talking about it. Allow yourself to become vulnerable enough where you allow someone to listen to you, and able to pray with you and part in you and help you figure out the next step or the next step of healing, or if further therapy is needed, or if further intervention is needed. But it's so important because men have been taught that don't let them see you sweat, or real men don't cry. But like I always tell my husband, and I'll tell anybody, real men do cry. And I do want a man who is in touch with his sensitive side enough to feel and release. I'm not saying be a crybaby or cry for every little thing, but I want you to be able to, become sensitive, emotionally, so that you can feel and you're able to release those emotions or those traumas or those feelings. Talk about them, because through talking is where healing starts a lot of times. But when you suppress, you kind of and smugly, you kind of bind yourself up, and then you grow through life feeling all these emotions, not knowing how to properly handle different situations because of that trauma, and then everything is a trigger because you never dealt with that trauma properly. So it's important for me. Real men cry, they release, they let go, they talk about it, they get help. Real men see therapists. Real men allow their woman to be there for them. We make ourselves available. We allow us to be there for you. Allow us to help you heal. Allow us to help you overcome, those traumas, those emotions. And most of all, find a trusted community where you can, speak about these things on. And someone that can help you do it, because it's so hard. You can't do it on your own. A lot of people, we live private lives, and, especially for the men, they deal with the ego and the pride. So they want to keep everything so private because they don't want everybody to look at them like they're weak. But no, that's not so. We have to be able to unleash and unlock so that we could properly heal and have healthy relationships, not only with our significant others like girlfriends or wives, but have healthy relationships with our children, with our family, with our friends, just healthy relationship with ourselves, so that's what I would have to say regarding that.
Yeah. And Winston, now he back again. He said, we do cry. And that's so true. So Will, let's go. You ready? Sit up and let's go. We're going to ride. We're going to do the rapid fire. So listen, this is truth without overthinking. Okay. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, gentlemen. Well, Will, because our other guy is not here, but I'm sure he'll join us
Yes.
another time. So we're about to
Yes.
do something called rapid fire. And I
Yes.
want you to go ahead and get ready, Will. No long explanations, right? Just your first honest answer. Let's
Yes.
see what truth shows up when there is no time to filter it. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Are you ready?
He said, mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, so let's go. One
So,
word
mhm.
describes how society expects men to act.
Yes.
You said, how do they expect men to act?
No, one word that describes how society expect men to act.
Tough.
Okay. One emotion men are taught to hide the most.
All of them.
Ooh. Who taught
Pretty.
you the most about being a man?
Life.
Okay. What's one lie men are told growing up?
um, Find a good woman, you'll be happy.
Okay. Strength or vulnerability? Which actually takes more courage?
Which what?
Strength or vulnerability? Which one takes more courage?
Well, in order to be vulnerable, you have to be strong. So they
Mm,
work hand in hand.
Okay. What's something men wish women understood about them?
We're human too.
Oh. What breaks a man's spirit faster than people realize?
Lack of care.
Mm. Come
Gotta
on, Will.
believe.
All
Okay.
right. What helps a man heal the most? Silence, support, or faith?
All of them. You
You got to
can't
give me
just
one, Will. You got to give me
you
one.
can't you can't. The thing is, because that question in itself depends on the man.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna leave it as that. All right. So what's one thing you wish someone told you when you were younger?
It's something I wish somebody told me when I was younger. Chill.
Mm,
Just
okay.
chill. That's what I tell the kids now. I met with a young man earlier today, and he was in my program. He was just, he's rapping. I say, bro, I told him, I said, pay attention to old people. They don't
Mhm.
go anywhere fast. You wanna know why? Because they realize they're gonna get to the destination because ain't no point in rushing.
Okay.
Relax.
All right. So when a man says I'm fine, what does that usually mean?
It could mean he fine.
Could be.
I mean, because I'd be like, bro, because sometimes I just walk around with a face and they be like, you all right? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm good. Bro, you're not. I'm okay. So, I mean, sometimes it just means we're fine, but then other times it's like, but then it goes back to our previous conversation where it was like, well, what are you going to do if I'm not fine?
Right.
Only thing you're gonna do is listen to me with no solution. When I got into
You
that
don't
car
know
crash,
that.
when I got into that car crash, everybody asked me was I okay, but nobody offered any solutions to help me get back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, no, obviously I'm not okay. I don't have a car,
But see, and the thing is,
but
it's who you're around. It's who's in your
Right.
circle. Because I'm gonna give you something
Right.
like I told my sister the other night. I was on the show and the airways was acting up, and she began to just go into prayer for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was like, whoa. You know, you it's
Yes.
choose your circle wisely. Is all I can say
Yes.
with that one.
definitely
And that's just it. Yeah. So pride or pain, which keeps being silent longer?
pride, pride, pride. But the thing is, pride is an overall gender thing. I know women, they pride get in the way. Men pride get in the way. I killed my pride a long time ago. I ain't got time for it.
Okay.
Every now and
What?
again, it come back and I stuff him back. Anyway,
Okay. What's harder for men, asking for help or admitting they're hurting?
hmm, that question depends on the man as well because it's like, well, because I don't mind to tell you, look, I'm jacked up right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, life is messed up. Like, bro, it's life is gonna life. But then it also is, what are we gonna do? I got to figure out all the solutions and the problems. So I'm going to go get it done.
But see, that's the thing. You don't have to figure out all the solutions and the problems.
You
You have
don't.
to allow somebody in, Will. You don't have to do it all
Well, I
alone.
don't mind letting you win, but if I let you win, what are you going to do to help me solve the problem other than just listen to me? I don't need ears. I need actions.
But you never know if you don't allow it.
Right.
I have given people plenty of chances, and I let people in, and I'll tell them like, look, this is what I'm doing, this, that, and the other. I am an open book. I am
Okay, I want you to
vulnerable.
talk
I
to
am
this man
authentic.
right
I
here.
will let you know what's up because life is gonna life, and I not only that, I also open up to let you know that I'm gonna get through it, and I'm also sharing stuff with you to let you know that you too can go through whatever your go through is. This is why I share my experiences of what I go through, not to tip, not really to ask for help, because I also understand it's a seasonal thing. God's putting me through this stuff to prepare me for whatever I'm about to go get. He's trying to make sure I'm strong enough and prepared to get it. All right,
But
cool. I got you.
this next question I have for you, and I want you to talk to this brother here because he says I'm hurting. So I was going to ask you, what does real brotherhood look like? So with that being said, I'm hearing Winston. He's saying I'm hurting as a man.
As a man, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a man, take care of yourself. Learn yourself because a lot of times we're hurting because we don't want to listen to ourselves. We don't want to go through the 7 stages of grief. We don't want to deal with the pain. You have to lean into the pain and deal with it. And it goes back into almost to the same question because if you're hurting, it goes into what are you running from? You're running from that pain. I'm not hurting anymore because I've healed from the pains of the stuff that was hurting. So I'm no longer running from, I'm running towards.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really listen to yourself. You have to spend time, get in your Bible, pray with God, get silent, go to the gym, especially look, not only this, I'm gonna give y'all this. As a man, our emotions are our superpower.
Yeah.
Our emotions are our superpower. And when you deal with that hurt, I call it emotional compartmentalization.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Mm,
happens is I hold on to certain pains on purpose. And I don't store them in different places of my body that will lead to damage. I store them in a place of I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Get into the gym. I let that anger go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I let
some
it go.
people don't have an outlet though.
I
You
let
know.
that anger go. This is why I'm giving you one. Go to the gym. I let
Okay.
that anger go. When
Yeah.
I'm sad and I'm crying, you know what I do?
Mm-hmm.
I get out my keynote pad and
Mm-hmm.
whatever I'm crying about, because I know that if I'm crying about it, somebody else is gonna feel what I'm
Mm,
feeling.
mm, mm, mm,
And
mm.
Mm-hmm.
I put it down on paper. So now when I go drop a keynote, I got an emotional experience I can share with my crowd so they can feel me and take away my lessons even more because I
Okay.
understand the emotion. You have to be able to emotionally compartmentalize what you're doing. You lean into that hurt, you lean into that
You
pain,
wrapping up.
and you
Yeah.
do what you need to do.
Okay, we gotta this the last one that I have before I mean my heart is really is hurting for you, Winston, because ugh,
But I would definitely say, find a church home for
Yes,
sure. Church home.
absolutely.
That's my first. That's always my first step.
Mm-hmm.
Pray and ask God where you need to go,
Mm-hmm.
and God's gonna send you there. Don't fight it.
Yes.
Just
mm-mm,
go.
Just
just
go.
When God shows you that picture in your head of where you need to go, don't
yeah.
question it. Just go and see what God is and see what God has.
That's
Because
right.
you have to be quiet and you have to go. This is the Holy Spirit talking, by the way.
Yes. Come
You
on, Will.
have to be able to just listen and
Mm-hmm.
pay attention and get quiet and just go. The mo I always say not listening to God has not getting me the results that I want. So how about I try listening and see what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the thing too, he has to get into a place where he began to self-reflect. And I don't know you
Yes.
from nowhere, Winston. I just see you coming on the show,
Gotta
and you have to
sweat.
get into a place where you self-reflect.
Mm.
And I hear the Holy Spirit saying, "Let go."
Yes.
Yep.
You holding on to some of you holding on to some unforgiveness, and you have to let it go. It's causing you to be bitter. It's causing
Mm-hmm.
you to be hurt. It's causing you to play the name game, where it's about everybody else.
Mm.
Release those people. Release that person or those people is what the Holy Spirit is saying. You have to. That's the
Yes.
only way. God, yes, Lord. That is
You
the
need
only way. That's your first step to healing. Outside of praying and, like Will said, finding a good church home and getting to some good prayer, you have to let it go.
Yes.
You can't want it for somebody if they didn't want it for themselves. And you have to stop expecting you out of people. Two,
Come
three,
on.
what you have to do is you have to stop putting expectations on people that they didn't even know that they have on them. And you're expecting them to know what you're thinking. You have to be vocal, man of God.
Yes.
And when you be vocal, taste your words. Hallelujah. Taste your words before you spit them out, because it's not how what you say, it's how you
How
say
you
it.
say it. Amen.
I had to learn that. It's that
Yeah.
tone. That
Yes.
tone. You have to.
Yeah. So
Yes.
last but not least, because I know we got to get out of here. I have some things I need to do too. But finish this last sentence, and then Sis gonna close us out. A healed man is a man who,
Listens.
that's it right there. Take us
That's
on.
it. Seal
Close
the
us
deal. And as we close tonight's conversation, I just want to thank everyone for watching. And remember something important: healing does not begin with perfection, it begins with honesty. When men feel safe enough to speak and women are willing to listen with compassion, walls come down, understanding grows, and healing becomes possible. This is why we created this space, because some conversations don't just need to happen, they had to happen. Thank you all tonight, to our incredible guest, Will Baker. Thank you a million times for coming back, Will. You have been so inspirational to us tonight.
Thank
And
you.
thank you
Thank
to
you for having
everyone
me.
here. Yes, thank you for everyone watching who chose to encourage and being chose to the courage to over silence tonight. And until next time, keep listening, keep healing, and most importantly, keep speaking your truth.
Amen, amen, and amen. Well, we know you'll come back for a part four. You know,
Yeah. We
we'll
have
get
some
you.
fun.
Yes.
We'll have some.
Yeah.
But God bless each and every one of you. You guys, please do have the most amazing remainder of your night, and please be safe on your weekend, because I'm gonna turn up for my granddaughter, 2 year
Go ahead.
old.
Have fun with
I
your
know that's
grandbaby.
right. Happy
All right,
birthday.
God bless you
Happy
all.
birthday.
Until next time,
Love you
guys.
guys.
Bye
All right.
Yes.
bye.
Bye.
Good night.